Hello, good morning. My name is Lina Sepulveda, and this is the session number 10. So we are going to wait for the rest. Uh, Hello, Stephanie, how are you today?
Good morning, teacher. How are you?
Good, thanks. And you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking.
Okay, so we are going to wait a little bit for the others, okay?
Okay, teacher.
So we are going to start right now the lesson for today. We have public transportation plus adverbs. Okay, we are going to see the difference between different kind of adverbs. And let me share my screen. So Stephanie, I want you here. So we are going to see a video about public transportations. And I want you to pay attention to this video. It's in Fujitsu. This is in Japan.
In today's cities, public transport, such as buses and trams, plays more important roles than before. It is used to travel not only to work or school, but also to tourist sites or the hospital. At certain times or in certain locations, the level of crowdedness varies. If public transport services are operated frequently, operational cost is increased. But if they are operated infrequently, they become less convenient for citizens. Also, a delay due to an accident can have a knock-on effect on the vehicles behind if service intervals are short, causing widespread disruption. Provision of vehicle location information in real time. Visualization and analysis of service data. Fujitsu supports comfortable urban transport using ICT. This public transport company's bus location system uses spatial. By a simple operation, users can find out when buses are coming, eliminating anxiety and frustration when waiting times are not known. Buses become much more convenient to use. Trams are run by a Europe-based operator responsible for managing public transport around the world. Data from remote locations is not enough to see the state of operations on the ground. Spatial was used to analyze public transport service data. Data was collected to see how trams actually ran, if they arrived late or departed early. Visualization of tram service records and passenger flows showed overcrowding at unexpected times and stations. Higher passenger numbers. Delays. Effects on the trams behind. Passengers' longer waits at nearby stations. The chain of effects and previously unnoticed issues with tram services became evident. At Fujitsu, we work not just to analyze the present, but to predict the future. Prediction of unforeseen events. If an unexpected accident happens, how will delays spread, and how far? Predicted by utilizing real-time data and various data stored in spatial. Prediction of overcrowding. Predicting overcrowding after accidents or when timetables change. This can be predicted by utilizing real-time data and various data stored in spatial. Dynamic operations management. Understanding how public transport is running in real time. Using past data to predict how a delay is likely to spread further. And helping operators direct nearby drivers and stations in order to prevent this. Optimization of an entire city's public transport. We support not only optimal public transport services, but also comfortable station facilities and train composition. Now, we are moving forward, shifting from optimizing specific areas of public transport to optimizing the entire transport system in a city. This is the innovation that Fujitsu constantly aims for.
Fujitsu, shaping tomorrow with you.
So, Stephanie, what did you understand about this video?
Okay, teacher. They are talking about optimizing of public transportation. So they talk about some apps, new apps to organize the transportation, comfortable and better. How do you say mobility? Optimizing. I don't know how do you say that. It avoid accidents. For example, know when the bus coming to don't wait for the buses when they are not working. In that, I understand that Fujitsu is the name of this new app. I don't
Yeah.
know that.
Yes, it's a new style of optimize the public transportation because they use a lot of this kind of transportation and they need to organize it and uh, increase some apps to improve this public transportation and without the delays or without problems.
Yeah.
Basically, is this kind of video is with a lot of different new words. Did you hear any new words?
New works, trabajos,
No, palabras.
words. Well, yeah, but for example, I don't remember teacher. I don't remember the word exactly, but I saw a lot of new words because I don't understand several.
Okay. So yes, this is the idea. When you can check a different kind of words, you can write it in a notebook, and after we can talk about it. Yes, it's a lot of different words here, but the meaning of this video is about public transportation and how they can improve to be better. So now we have another video here. Sorry. This is about a conversation. So I want you to hear a little bit of this video.
What is the most popular means of transport in your country? Most people in my country travel by car. How do you go to school or work? I prefer bus due to its convenience. I enjoy reading books while sitting on the bus. How often do you take buses? Every day. I went to school by bus 2 years ago, and the bus is still my best choice. Do people in your country like traveling by bus? Not really. They have their own cars. What are some benefits of traveling by bicycle? It's a good way of doing exercise. We can protect our environment as well. Do you prefer public transport or private transport? Public transport is much cheaper. Do you think buses should replace other means of transport? Sure, in the future, buses should be used widely by commuters. What does the government do to encourage people to use public transport? It's a good idea to make public transport as convenient as private transport. Besides, more campaigns should be launched to raise the awareness of protecting our environment. How has transportation changed recently? There are more cars in a household now than before, which partly leads to traffic jams in some cosmopolitan cities.
So this is a conversation about public transportations, but they use adverts. In this case, did you hear an advert here, Stephanie?
Yeah, teacher. Often when she asks how often do you use bus, um, I sometimes I
Yes.
see I don't remember.
Yes.
Uh, in that I don't remember. Ah, well, he say every day, but this is a no advert.
This is another frequency that we can use also
Yes, every day. Ah, okay. In
every day.
that.
Okay, very good. So here I have some questions for you. What is the most popular means of transport in your country or in your city?
In my town, I
Yeah,
suppose it's the motorcycle. Every people has a way. Every person, how do you say? Every people, no? Yeah. Okay.
you can say
Has a have a motorcycle here. Some people have a car and bicycle too. But with my town, my village is so too small. There isn't bus and taxis. No,
okay.
neither.
So how often do you take bus?
Mm, almost never because I only use when I travel another city or a far city because when it's a near city I use my motorcycle.
Okay. So do you like public transportation in your city?
No.
Not at all.
Because the traffic there is very small and with the motorcycle sometimes there is a traffic so I can imagine when buses and taxis here.
Okay. So we can use also this adverb. These adverbs of frequency we use a lot, and it's how often something takes place, or the verb is modified. So always we use always 100% to describe a situation 100%. I always wake up at 6 o'clock every day. For example, I always wake up. 90% is usually. I usually come home after work. 80% normally or generally. I normally swim after school. 70% often or frequently. I often spend Christmas with my friends. 50% sometimes. Sometimes play tennis on the weekend. 30% occasionally. I occasionally eat Vietnamese food. 10% seldom. I seldom go to delivery. 5% rarely. I rarely listen to the radio. 0% never. I never listen to rock music. So we use this adverb of frequency to describe how often this situation happens. So here I have some table for you, and you can explain to me the pros and cons of this public or some transport in your city or in your country. So, Stephanie, do you know the pros or cons of a car?
Well, teacher, I suppose can be how do you say for the people as public transportation, yeah,
Yes,
public cars. Well, maybe pros is comfortable and you can travel fast.
okay,
Cons maybe are, for example, a traffic jam in a city, and maybe when you if is you your own car and the money, how do you say impuestos, taxes?
yes,
You have past taxes, so the maybe is something bad for the economy.
okay, very good. What about the bus?
Pass for us, it's cheap. It's very cheap, and the buses, how do you say, currency actual new buses are
Yeah,
comfortable too. For example, I saw I don't know, maybe 1 month ago, a bus, a really big bus. with every share has a television, a small television.
Okay.
And, how do you say air conditioner? I don't know say how do you say air conditioner, but that too.
Okay.
And the seats are very big and comfortable. So I suppose it's great.
Okay. And what about the cons?
Cons. Maybe is some buses are very slowly and they and there are a lot of people there.
Very crowd.
Yeah, this is crowd. Yeah, I suppose
Okay.
that.
And what about the train? Do you have train in your city?
No, never. I never travel in that.
Okay, so no, you don't see that. What about the bicycle?
I think it's great because it's health. How do you say? Can you do exercise with it, and you can help to environment. So it's a great idea using the bicycles.
Yes. Okay. What about the cons?
Well, cons maybe if you need to go to school or work, it's hard because you can you how do you say go when you come there, llegues allí, no sé, you have a I teacher how do you say sudor? I don't know.
Sweat.
Okay, and you uh, clothes maybe can be dirty and your presentation suffer. I don't know. I don't suppose, for example, in hills, in hills, riding a bike, and
Uh,
these are
so
very uncomfortable. So
you can be sweat, also dirty, like that. Okay, very good. What about roller
yes,
skates? Skates.
mm, well, I think it's a good option to I don't know find fun with friends and something like that, but like a public transportation, I think that is not a good idea.
Okay. And what about the cons? The same thing, no? It's harder.
Yeah, it's hard to use like a public transportation.
Yes, okay. And what about the Transmilenio? Do you like
But this is in Bogota or big cities, no?
this?
Well, teacher, I suppose I heard news in television and the people there how do you say quejarse?
Complain.
Complaint about Transmilenio because the people say that it's very slow, late, and crowded.
Yes. This is low and crowd also. But it's fast. Still is,
Well, yes.
so still is fast. Okay, very good. So now we have here the adverbs of time. So we use the adverb of time answering the question when. It tells us when an action happens, decide how long or how often. Most important adverbs of time is are in this list. So we use these adverbs also to explain when the action happened or when you want to describe some situations. So we have always, already, annually, before, constantly, daily, early, eventually, ever, frequently, finally, first, generally, hourly, just, last, late, later, monthly, now, next, occasionally, rarely, seldom, since, soon, then, today, tomorrow, tonight, yesterday, usually, yet, weekly, and yearly. So we need to pay attention to this kind of adverbs because we need to start to use it. So I hope you can add it to your vocabulary. So we have here some exercise for you. So complete the following sentences using appropriate verbs or adverbs. Depends. So I want you to pay attention also to the verb so you can check if it's in past, in future, or what they want to explain. So Stephanie, the first one.
Teacher is yesterday. I saw him yesterday.
Okay. The next one.
This is a picture with Jaron, no? So I am seeing your father tomorrow.
Yes. My plane.
My plane leaves tomorrow.
Very good. This one.
I haven't seen her um, since Monday.
Okay. This one.
I went there yesterday too.
Okay. This one.
I saw him I yesterday morning. Yesterday morning? No, yesterday. Yes.
Yesterday morning. Because we don't say in yesterday.
Okay.
And not say in yesterday. Just yesterday.
Okay.
The
I
next one.
haven't seen her today.
Okay. This one.
I haven't seen again. I haven't seen her since yesterday.
Okay. Next one.
I will do. I will do it first thing tomorrow. Lo haré? Yeah.
Yes. This one.
I am seeing him tomorrow morning.
Yes. This one.
I might see her tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yes. Do you have all of these questions answered correctly? So congratulations, because you can check also the verb to check if it's in past or in present or future. So now we are going to see adverb of manner. So this tell us how happened the action, or it is usually placed after the main verb or after the object. So be careful with this. So we have a lot of different kind of adverbs of manner, in positive, in negative, or depends the action. So I think always finish with almost. The adverbs of manner finish with L and Y. So in Spanish it's like mente. Bellamente, generosamente. So we can say this in positive, negative, or depends of the case. So here I have the explanation of adverb of manner. So the adverb of manner tell us how something happens. They are usually placed either after the main verb or after the object. So we can say that these adverbs are in the end also of the phrase. So depends what do you want to say. So some examples are he swims well, he ran quickly, she spoke softly, James coached loudly to attract her attention, he plays the flute beautifully, he ate the chocolate cake readily. So we have here close to the verb or after the object. So depends what do you want to say. You can use this kind of adverbs. in different places. So an adverb of manner cannot be put between a verb and its direct object. The adverb must be placed either before the verb or at the end of the clause or the phrase. So we have some examples here. So depends what do you want to say or explain with these adverbs. You cannot add it close to the verb. For example, he ate greedily the chocolate cake. This is incorrect. You need to add it at the end of the phrase. He ate the chocolate cake greedily. So here we have, you can be confused with this. So first of all, adjective, the adverb, sorry, is close to the subject. So he greedily ate the chocolate cake. This is correct. So like you can see here is after and is wrong. So be careful with this. So you need to pay attention to these adverbs and maintain the adverb close to the subject or at the end of the phrase. So he greatly ate the chocolate cake. This is correct. He gave us generously the money. No, this is not correct. So you can add it at the end of the phrase. He gave us the money generally. Or he generally gave us the money. So depends what do you want to explain. You can add it at the end of the phrase or in the beginning close to the subject. Okay? If there is a preposition before the verb's object, you can place the adverb of manner either before the preposition or after the object. The child ran happily towards his mother. The child ran towards his mother happily. Adverbs of manner should always come immediately after verbs which have no object, or you cannot check which one is the object. The town grew quickly after 1997. He waited patiently for his mother to arrive. These common adverbs of manner are almost always placed directly after the verb. Well, badly, hard, and fast. He swam well despite being tired. The rain fell hard during the storm. So it depends. The position of the adverb is important when there is more than one verb in a sentence. If the adverb is placed before or after the main verb, it modifies only that verb. So be careful with this. If the adverb is placed before or after the main verb, it modifies only that verb. But if the adverb is placed after a clause, then it modifies the whole action described by the clause, by the phrase. So if you put this adverb at the end of the phrase, the whole situation is going to change. So notice the difference in meaning between the following sentences. For example, she quickly agreed to retype the letter. So we see here the adverbs close to the verb, close to the subject, and the meaning is the agreement is quick. Okay? She agreed quickly to retype the letter. So we can see here the adverb and the agreement is quick. Is the same thing. Okay? So she agreed to retype that letter quickly. The whole meaning of this situation changed. The retyping is quick. So depends what do you want to explain. You are going to add this adverb close to the subject or at the end of the phrase. But remember, when it's at the end of the phrase, the whole meaning can change. So be careful. If you want to express something, you need to pay attention. Where do you want to express this adverb? If it's close to the subject or if it's close at the end of the phrase. So here we have another example. He quickly asked me to leave the house. So the request is quiet. He asked me quietly to leave the house. The request is quiet. He asked me to leave the house quietly. The leaving is quiet. So depends what do you want to express. The adverb can be close to the subject, close to the verb, and can be at the end of the phrase. So depends what do you want to explain. Okay. Any questions, Stephanie?
No, teacher, I suppose that we can learn that with practice because there are a lot of rules. So I suppose it's only practice and practice. And can you say, sorry, as you say, it depends of the meaning of the sentence, what I want to express.
Yes, depends what do you want to express. You can add this adverb close to the subject and the verb or at the end of the phrase. It depends what do you want to express. So we have here, sometimes an adverb of manner is placed before a verb plus object to add emphasis. He gently woke the sleeping woman. She angrily slammed the door. Some writers put an adverb of manner at the beginning of the sentence to catch our attention and make us curious. For example, slowly she picked up the knife. Roughly he grabbed her arm. So depends what do you want to express. You can use this adverb of manner close to the subject, close to the verb, or at the end of the phrase. Depends what do you want to express. So now I have here and the adverb are adverbs of place. So this one express where the action is done. Can be about, above, abroad, anywhere, east, of, inside, near. So depends what do you want to express, where the action is done. So we have here a small video about this.
Adverbs of place. What are adverbs of place? You need to consider what the word place suggests. Most probably you think they have something to do with where. Right. Well, adverbs of place tell where something is done. This soldier looks like he wants to give some orders. Come here, men. No, I mean go there. Cancel that order. March outside and around the barracks. Now move it. Gosh, it is clear the adverbs here, there, outside, and around are related to place, where the soldier is commanding his men to go or march around. Now you have a go. Complete the sentences with adverbs of place. Let's check the answers. So in the first sentence, go away before I lose my temper. Ashley fell down and cried. The cattle grazed westward of the main dam. Lucy ran upstairs to her bedroom. Here are the CDs you wanted. These adverbs, away, down, westward, upstairs, and here, provide answers related to where. An adverb of place can act as a preposition, but remember that a preposition usually comes before a noun or pronoun. An adverb of place can begin a sentence. Here is an example of an adverb of place beginning the sentence. Okay, the points to remember about adverbs of place. An adverb adds meaning to a verb, adjective, or another adverb. Adverbs of place tell where something is done. In the following sentence, the adverb of place is read. Please come here.
Okay, this is a small video about the adverbs of place. And here I have another slide chart to describe different kind of adverbs that we saw before. So what are the adverbs? An adverb is a word that change or simplify the meaning of a verb, adjective, other adverb, clause, or sentences. Adverbs typically answer questions such as how, in what way, when, where, and to what extent. This function is called the adverbial function and is realized not just by single words, but by adverbial phrases and adverbial clauses. So we saw before the adverbs of manner describe how something happens, where there are two or more verbs in a sentence. Adverb placement affects the meaning, so be careful with this. So remember, close to the subject can be the adverb of manner or at the end of the phrase. Depends what do you want to say. So for example, she decides to write her purpose. No adverbs on it. She quickly decided to write her purpose. Her decision was quick. She decided to write her purpose quickly. Her writing was quick. So depends what do you want to say, you can add the adverb of manner close to the subject and the verb or at the end of the phrase. So adverb of place describe where something happens. Most adverb of place are also used as prepositions. So depends what do you want to explain in your phrase. You can use the adverb of place or as prepositions. So, example, I wanted to go upstairs. She has lived in the city since June. In the city, prepositional phrase. So depends what do you want to explain or where it's something happened. You can explain the adverb of place in the phrase. Adverbs of purpose describe why something happens. So, for example, Jenny walks carefully to avoid falling. Bob accidentally broke the vase. So, describe why happened, why this action happened. So, we use so that, to, in order to, because, since, accidentally, intentionally, purposely. So it's a lot of different kind of adverbs, and we need to start to increase our vocabulary with this kind of words. Adverbs of frequency. This one I think is the most used for us because always we want to describe the situation and the frequency. If it's every day, often, daily, weekly, orally, depends what do you want to say, and always we use these adverbs of frequency. Always, every, never, often, rarely, seldom, sometimes, usually. So depends what do you want to describe, is the percent of the adverb of uh, frequency. For example, Mackenzie gets a ride from her brother every day. So we have here every day, and we can use this as an adverb of frequency. The fish usually swims near the top of its tank. So depends what do you want to express. You can add also the adverb of frequency. Adverb of time describe when something happens. So we have different kind of adverb of time. After, already, during, finally, last, next, now, recently, soon, then, tomorrow, when, while, yesterday, before dinner, tomorrow, tonight. So depends what do you want to express. He came home before dark. It will be too dark to play outside soon. So depends what do you want to express or when something or the action happen. So warning, the adverb never go between the verb and the object. So you speak English perfectly. You speak you speak perfectly English. We don't say like that. Always the adverb is going close to the subject or at the end of the phrase. Okay, thank you. And now we have some exercise for you here. So, adverb search. Read the paragraph, circle, well, we cannot circle the adverbs, but after you can explain to me different kind of adverbs. So you can start to read this paragraph, Stephanie, please.
Yes, teacher. It say, today I helped my mom cook dinner. We carefully, this is an adverb,
Yes.
cut the vegetable and slowly place them into the boiled pot of water. Next, Mom quickly browned the chicken and patiently let it cook through. I eagerly, I don't know how to pronounce that, waited for my next job, which was to gently sprinkle spices into the soup. But I accidentally poured in too much cumin. I quickly told my mom my mistake, and she sweetly told me, as a child, she has teacher, I can see that
Yes.
coincidence made
Make the
the
same mistake.
okay, the mistake. Okay,
So which one is the adverb that you can see in the paragraph?
okay. Um, carefully is one. Slowly
Yes.
next. Oh, I
Yes.
know. Yes.
Yes.
Quickly,
Just yes. Quickly.
quickly, and patiently.
Yes.
I suppose eagerly, but I don't know what is the meaning of that word. Gently,
Yes.
accidentally or accidentally. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Accident.
Um, quickly too,
Yes.
sweetly,
Yes.
and coincidentally. But I suppose that because I can see that word very well.
Okay.
Coincidentally.
So eagerly is ansiosamente.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay.
Very
And we
funny.
don't say soap. We say soup.
Soup? Ah, okay.
Soup. If you say soap, it's like jabón.
Ah, thank you,
So
teacher.
remember, just say soup.
Soup.
Mhm.
Okay.
So this is an exercise to check the adverbs, different kind of adverbs that we can see here, and we have another. So you can check the adverbs on the say something like circle the adverbs, but we cannot. So the first one, Stephanie, which one is the better for this phrase?
Mm, let me see, teacher. Nosotros. Maybe happily. I don't know. We play happily because it was a nice day.
Yes, we can say happily or
And
out.
okay. Teacher, the second, the bully treated. I don't know what is that. Bully.
Este acosador, stalker.
Okay. So is cruelly
Yes,
or badly too.
yes, we can use another.
Okay.
The third one,
My aunt. My aunt. Teacher, how this pronounced? The tia? Aunt or aunt?
ant.
Aunt? Okay. Uh,
But be careful because ant also is hormiga.
yeah, teacher. This
So
is my
you
doubt.
check the phrase to understand the meaning of this present.
Ah, okay, the context. Yes?
Exactly. Exactly.
Ah, okay. Teacher, my aunt lives for China.
China.
Why? Maybe quickly?
My
Ah,
for China can be tomorrow.
tomorrow 2 years.
Yes, can be. The
Okay,
fourth
the
one.
cat me with noisily. My
Yes.
cat mewed, so meow, ¿cierto? Meow, yeah. Meow, mewed noisily for their dinner.
Yes. Yes.
I read, mm, outside always. I read always?
Yes.
No, I
Yes.
always read. Yes?
Can we use always or daily?
Daily es diariamente? Yeah? Yeah,
Yes.
daily.
Yes.
Okay, I read daily because I love to learn. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
The next one.
Teacher, I choose I read daily. Yeah, and the sixth one, we always went with our dad to get ice cream.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. The boy who have behaved. Behaved es comportamiento, yes?
Yes. The boy
Okay,
who
a boy who
came.
really could have time out. I, mm, I don't know, teacher. What is glady? Glady is glad and bueno. Yes?
Um,
Bueno, got a time out.
Let me check one more time.
¿Quién?
Gladly say something like con alegría.
Mm,
No, it's not possible.
so, in this case, the boy who behaved badly
Yes.
got a time out.
Yes. We can use badly.
Okay. Um,
Number eight.
I, I, I don't know. Mm, ate the last chocolate donut. I quickly, I quickly ate the last chocolate donut.
Yes. Yes. We
Okay.
quickly.
But 912. Teacher, what is flower pot? Is a
Eh,
vase or not?
yes. It's like a
Ah, okay.
maceta, something like that.
Ah, okay. No, teacher, yeah, my brother ran. Oh, or can say upside too, no?
Right?
My brother ran upside to catch the bus.
Yes. We can say outside. Because
Dogs, mm, were daily before dinosaur. Mm-mm. I don't know. Ah, okay. No. Mm-mm. I don't know. Dogs happily love to eat. No, felizmente aman. No.
maybe always
Always, dogs always love to eat a bone. Yes, maybe a teacher.
that one. So this exercise help you to improve your
Vocabulary.
yes, how you can check this meaning of the or context of this process, and you can use these adverbs to describe the situation or the time or why this happens. So Stephanie, do you like this session?
Yeah, teacher, because for example, I didn't know about the rules of adverbs, different kinds of adverbs, and the using. So I need that class really.
Yes. So I hope you can still continue in this week. We don't have more classes, but I think we have our next session, the 24th, April 24th. So I hope you can also practice at home this session or these adverbs, and you can improve your vocabulary because it's a lot of different words
Yeah.
we need to start to use. So be careful with that and the grammar, of course. And I hope to see, have a good start also, Stephanie.
How? What, teacher? So, excuse me.
I hope you have a good start.
Ah, yeah, teacher.
You
Thank
know,
you.
Semana Santa.
Yes, thank you, teacher. You too.
So
Mm,
see you in the next 24, I guess,
yes.
and see you then, okay?
Okay, teacher. Thank you a lot. I really like your sessions, so I try to don't lose anyone. So bye bye, teacher, and have a great week.
Thank you so much, and you too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.